society is mentally obese. We were talking about how society has a physically obese problem, but I think the real problem is that everyone is mentally obese. Society is run off your attention. They want you to consume content because that is what makes money nowadays. Your attention is the most valuable thing, and they feed off of this. They feed you content and you consume it, whether it be sports, TV shows. Social media is probably the biggest one. Everyone is mentally obese. No one can think for themselves. That's why everyone looks the same, is because they have taken our ability to think for ourselves away. They have distracted us and entertained us enough that the inner voice from your higher self is now washed out because you are mentally obese. Just like if you are physically obese, you cannot use your body to its fullest potential. You can't run, you can't get up off of a chair, you can't do anything. You're limited. Your physical capabilities are limited. And when all you do is consume content all day, your brain is mentally limited. Your thoughts aren't from you. Your creativity is now diminished. Everything this is proven that your brain just functions on a way lower rate when all you do is consume. Mentally obese. And I see how everyone's mentally obese because it's easy. Everyone has social media. Everyone loves watching or hearing about what's going on in the world. Everyone loves hearing about what celebrities are, what they're doing, or your favorite TV show, or what movie's coming out. Everyone is so easily distracted. I don't even blame these big corporations because of how easy it is. It is extremely easy. These big corporations have done bad, obviously. This is not defending any of the choices that they make, but it's very easy to point fingers at them for the way society is the way it is, and they are the main reason. But everyday civilians, their actions are they're just fueling this system that keeps growing and growing. They're not doing anything in their lives. They're just consuming and working all day. They're just fueling they're just fueling the system. And everyone points fingers at them when in reality it is our choices that are blindly keeping us trapped in this loop. They raise the Netflix prices, right? And people complain about it, but what do? They pay for it more. It's easy for these big corporations at this point. We keep paying for it because being entertained is all we know how to do. Entertainment in this case is like the food to a physically obese person. They have no discipline, they have no control. When food is in their vicinity, they just overconsume it. When entertainment is in our vicinity, which it always is, it is in the palm of our hand, all we do is overconsume it. And it is just a whole chain reaction of events, you know? Like there is no balance between like social media and real life. It seems like everything is social media. In real life you go to an event, but you have to post about it. You just have to. That's what's important to you, huh? You need the attention because nowadays subconsciously we have been taught that attention and the way you're perceived by other people is the most important thing. That is the most valuable thing because we see influencers having the lives that we want, and we keep consuming it because we're attracted to that. And there's nothing wrong with being attracted to a better life, to a better situation. But consuming that, it's a cycle. Consuming all of this content is just keeping you farther and farther away from who you want to become as a person. I imagine it like I imagine like a wheel. When you see a wheel spinning so fast, it eventually looks still. And I believe that that's what happens inside of our brain. When there are so many opinions and so much content that we consume, our brain is running so fast and is so overwhelmed that it kind of paralyzes us. Our brain becomes still, and not in a good way. Our brain becomes still by not wanting to take action, by needing more and more substance. Just like a obese person, they need more and more food. Mentally, we need more and more stimulation to please us. And it's just this cycle that it just compounds. The more you consume, the more you need. And it boggles our emotions. You become more emotional. You become more envious. You start pointing fingers more because social media just creates envy. It just creates it just exposes your problems even more. All it does is shine light on your insecurities, which in turn you don't take any action because you are paralyzed by this information overload. You are mentally obese, so now your brain does not have the capacity to understand how to solve its own problems. It is a big cycle. It is a humongous cycle, and it is hard to get out of that cycle because now our brains have adjusted to this, where consuming media is like the most important thing to a lot of people. I've heard people saying that, after work they have to watch their shows. Like they can't live without their entertainment. They need to see the NBA finals, and I was a victim of that, where all I could look forward to was entertainment. My entertainment was sports, where I would put off what I had to do in order to watch a football game, a basketball game. And in the moment, it felt good. There was nothing wrong in the moment. I got I was entertained. I got my McDonald's that was just making me mentally obese. And a lot of people don't see the problem with that. They think it's normal because this machine is so efficient that they really don't even have to do much at this point because we are working for the machine. Whether you like it or not, if all you do is go out to clubs or bars, or if you spend all your money on things that are not important to you, if you spend your money on subscriptions, if you don't do anything with your money, if your money's not working for you, then you are working for the machine. A lot of us are just the little screws and nails to this big machine. And it keeps growing and growing because we are working for it. We're the reason for it. Because they push us to our limits and we adapt. We keep growing with the machine. They raise the prices, we keep paying. They put all the NBA games, on the NFL shows on different platforms, and we buy the platforms. It is us who are growing the machine. I've said that like 20 times, but I get this point across. So the best thing for me was kind of seeing what helped me was just being able to see through all this by being brutally honest with myself and realizing that what I've consumed has done nothing for me. All of the Instagram and YouTube has done nothing for me. It has just distracted me from allowing myself to become who I want to become. It just gets you off path slowly but surely, you know? And it's a very hard thing to stop. I'm not saying it's easy. I still sometimes fall into it where I'm looking forward to the basketball game or something else, something outside of me, some form of entertainment I'm looking forward. But you just gotta put your phone in a different room. Understand that this entertainment has done nothing for you. How your actions, even though the society we live in and the stuff that is outside of our control is against us, it is made for us to be stuck in this position. But understand, you're also responsible for it. You're responsible for the position you're in. I'm responsible for the position I'm in. We all are. That's just how it is. It's the brutal, honest truth that most people run away from. They run away from their problems to entertainment, which is just growing their problems even more. But yeah, don't be mentally obese. Just like you become physically obese, you can become mentally obese. And the only way to work out, to lose this fat, to lose all of this brain rot, is to take the value out of your entertainment. Because your entertainment has done nothing for you. All those TV shows, sure, there's some that, do teach you a lesson, but like 1%, that is just cope if you say you're on Instagram because it gives you motivation. That is cope. That is cope. That's like the person saying that McDonald's isn't that bad. It's not that many calories. It's all cope. So I had to be brutally honest with myself and realize it is really no one's fault except mine. Because I make all the actions in my life. I'm the one who puts the stamp of approval on the actions I take, just like you. So that's all I have to say. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.